it will going to be circular loops no matter what. Then you can see this is circular loop throughout until the inside of the lip. Then you can see this connection, this entire connection is required. Then your eye connection and plus this jawline is required, because when you're going to in rig, when you're going to open the mouth, this entire part will going to deform. So that's why you have to have those loops. And rest all this static part, it doesn't matter, but try to keep it simple and smooth. And still you can see there are like few there are like gaps, more gaps, and all those things I'll fix later. I'll fix those things with that confirm brush. In max confirm brush you can relax everything and blend everything properly. So that's how you create this entire thing. And make sure like, keep in mind like when you're creating anything, make sure the loops for any organic character, no matter it's humanoid, no doesn't matter it's like animal or creature or anything, the eyes, nose, lips will be the same no matter no matter what. So, so for the inner mouth, what I'll do, I'll you can see, double click, select the border. Same like Max, we just double click, select the border, extrude inside, slightly thickness. Then again, right click, extrude, extrude. Okay. So you have to check the entire loop. Thickness is fine from inside. Extrude. Move it out and try to make it almost straight. Widen up. And you can see my symmetry is on. I'm creating a hole and widening up the entire gap. Double click this and it's blue. So fix the issue. This one is like this. There's some error. Some error happened. Oh, this is. Oh, My mistake. So I fixed this side, but this side is not fixed. So what I'll do, I'll just symmetry this model. I'll switch off symmetry. This is like something Max. It's very easy. You just have to select and apply a modifier symmetry, and it fixes everything. But in Maya, it's not doesn't work like that. You have to duplicate it, scale it -1 in x-axis, select these two. Like this, you have to like fix things. Select it, combine. Select the center vertices. Deselect all unwanted. Make sure everything in the center. Merge. Just let me check if is there any unwanted vertices in AC. Like few unwanted vertices. Just I must have clicked something. No. Okay. Inside, I'm checking everything. Now it's clean. Previously, both the sides were not clean. That's what was creating all those issues. Extrude slightly inside. So because lips have a thickness, that thickness you have to create in low poly. High poly also you can create, but you can do it in low poly directly, because in high poly in any manner you're not going to open the mouth until unless you're going to create some sculpture or some specific expression. Extrude. Open. Move. Extrude. Extrude. Don't worry about those things. Those things will fix easily. One more extrude outside. Then you can simply keep it open as of now. Then we'll start fixing things within symmetry. Align it properly. Don't worry about this zigzag and all those things. That is something you can fix very easily. Now double click, edge flow, G, Select this, make it straight, then H flow, H flow. It becomes clean. And now please go and fix. Rotate it slightly because mouth, this is how our mouth in shape. Move it down, create that gap. So it complete. And based on this, now you can just simply select your model and close the mouth. Upper lips a little bit outside, lower lips a little bit inside. That is something you have to keep in mind. Close your lips. There shouldn't be any holes. This area, if you want, you can align it nicely. And when you are creating lips, make sure your upper and lower lips lines, if they align properly, it becomes very easy to rig skin and create anything. So one loop is missing here. Done. Okay. Now eyes. You can see these are all continuous loops. Extrude like this outer edge. Snap. Make sure these are like perfectly snapped with your high poly. Then resize. Extrude. Inside, and this is something you can collapse it. Save your file. So your base like head is ready. Your entire head is ready. So how to create your eyes and all? This is not required. So you can see what I have done is I have created two separate geometry. One is for lens, you can see the name lens, and one is for eye, actual eye. So how to create? I have created. I'll show you show you this how to create this. This is like way too high poly. I don't need this much polygons for eye, so I can create a simple sphere. Rotate it 90 degree. Make sure the loop's direction is like this, no matter what. Eye geometry should be like this. You can go to like top view or any other view and snap it properly. That's right, low poly. So low poly, you can reduce the back side. You can delete it because usually you cannot rotate your eyes in 180 degree. You can rotate it 60, 70, 120 degree maximum, like that. So 120 degrees is way too much. So it's like 60, 70, 80 degree, 90 degree. You can rotate your eyeball. So if this back faces, if you want, you can delete it, but you can keep it also. That's totally fine. So this is your basic eye. This is a basic eye, but this is your only and only eyeball without the lens. So what I'll do, I'll show you a different technique. Like suppose this is a really low poly model, really low poly game, and you have to create a low poly model. For that, what you have to do is you have to, I'll just switch off symmetry, delete half of the eyeball because you're never going to see that half eyeball. So in low poly games, you're going to delete that half eye, and then you can, like, if you want, you can optimize it even further, like this. And you might be thinking why I kept this line or this line. There's a reason is like there are two techniques. One is like you can create eye like this or create this loop also, this loop, and keep this eye like this. That's your complete eye, and this loop will become your eyeball, and there won't be any lens part. That is your one technique of creating. You can reduce the poly count. You can if you want, but there's one more technique is there where you keep all the loops and you add another loop here next to wherever you have the people part. You just add one more extra loop just to hold the shape, then switch on your soft selection, or you can do it manually also. Make a cavity like this. So what will happen when light moves? So I'll just show this. I'll just apply a new some form and press. So what happens when your light moves? So it gives you this clean transition between this surface, flat, clean, circular surface, the concave to convex to concave, this surface transition. So you can see this entire line, this entire transition between this surface to this surface. That's why that two lines are there. So it will give you that pinch. So you create like this. This becomes your one type of eye, but it's not complete. You'll create this and make sure your eyeball, that eye, that pupil should, the texture should be within this ring, this loop, within this loop. Then One more thing you can do, like you have to do basically for this kind of model. Okay, instead of doing this, what I can do is I can select this one. Two pieces and let's pieces. So basically, that same shape I'll create once again, and in this, just give me a second. Yes. So, and this will be push it outside, switch of soft selection. Like this. So, and for this, while creating your character and materials and shaders, you have to apply two different materials. This is one normal texture and your eyeball with this thing, and this will be a transparent layer like glass. So that kind of reflection you see in your render, like if I show you, like in my, you can see in this character you have two surfaces. Every character have two surfaces. Even this reflection have, it's a separate surface, and this base is separate surface, two different surface. So this is how you create two different surfaces. It will give you decent amount of that reflection thing, and from distance it will look really nice. But the technique we're going to follow is, I'm going to create this because right now we don't have poly budget, but we'll still stick to the gaming those norms. So what I'll do, I'll just simply, okay, one second. Base, then I'll just duplicate the space, select the base, and push it inside. Oh, sorry, my mistake. For this, I don't need this one. Sorry, my mistake. I'll give this really sharp line. If I want, I can add one more line in between and make it even more rounded. So that's like totally depends upon your poly count. So this becomes your exact eye. Your eye should look like this, or like this, or like this, with lens separate, this separate. And this is something like, this is for low poly. So for this you have to reduce, optimize all the poly count. Like this center pupil part, what you can do, you can have this loop, rest everything, all the loops you can delete, like all alternative loops you can delete and remove those are not required, and delete half. And this is, you can keep half or you can keep full. And lens, because lens again taking a lot of polygons, so for that you can just create, what you can do is control D, duplicate, 180 degree, and increase the size slightly, just slightly, and this will be our entire lens. Or I can just simply, if I don't want, I can just simply delete half of it. So this will be our lens. So for this, suppose I'll show you, I'll apply a material. So now you can see you have two different reflections. This is how your eyes works basically. For this base, if I want, I can make it a little bit less shiny, or I can just make it completely matte. And you can see this entire reflection will come with the help of this base. And now what I'll do is push it outside slightly, because right now you can see it's everything transition is very smooth and clean. I'll create this shape. Add one more loop. Below. Should be that pointy. So you can see this now this reflection changes. So this is how you create your lens and eye. So if I apply a texture here directly, it will start looking like an actual eye. So for that I can show that quickly. Eye texture. Like if you just click on Google and search for an eye texture, you can find eye texture very easily. Small. This is a bigger image. This is like way too big. And a texture of the eye will be separate from the body. That's how it works. For the base, texture, desktop, where is it? Lens is transparent, there's no texture for this base. And how to open UV for eye, not like this. By default, when you open, by default, all the primitive shapes are unwrapped. So by default, it's like a spherical. They applied a spherical and I open everything. But this is not the for eye. This is not the right way to do it. So what you have to do is how to unwrap your eye. You can apply automatic. You can apply automatic. That's really up to you. Like if you want, if you don't want, that is also fine. Or you can apply a planer and rotate it. Like almost correct. You forget about that. Then cut your UV from there. UV shell. You have two different shells. So back side, you can reduce it and keep it aside as of now. Front side, unfold perfectly and unwrap it nicely. And how to unwrap and place it. That's the main thing. So make sure the placement is correct. Plus, now you can see if you place it like this, it overshoots the entire thing and eyeball is really big. So what you have to do is select the center, soft selection, R, scale, and fit it within that boundary. You can keep it like this. And this is something like, if you want, you can attach it with this. Like suppose you want, you can see the base. This thing, sorry, this lens is not required. So for this, what I can do is, or maybe this much is fine. Cut it. Rest I can keep it here. Select this area. Select the entire thing. Deselect this area because this is something we snapped. So this is correct. This position is correct. This is we are not going to change. Unfold it. Everything is unfold nicely. So what you can do is, we can just simply go ahead and stitch this also with this. Just unfold this entire thing quickly. Place it nicely. Center. Soft selection. Increase the poly count. Sorry, increase the scale. Don't worry about the stretching and all. That is something not important, because only the front, this part will be visible. Rest everything will be not visible. So you can see that dot reflection plus all this reflection, like this, can create eye and lens. If I hide them, delete, delete, delete. I don't want them. I can combine them together. I can keep them together. I can place it here. Now, if I feel the size of the eyeball is this people is smaller, I can increase that as well. I just have to increase this length. That will increase. So I'll just increase that. So what I'll do is, if I feel it should be like one more loop bigger, like this. I'll delete this one. Multi-cut, apply a cut here, loop, stick, edge, and move it back slightly. And what I can delete it. Maybe selection. And after placing your eyeball, you see there is this kind of distortion. It basically happening because of this step. So what you have to do is you have to fix your head, not the eye. No matter what, your eyeball will be round. If there's anything you can see, any issue, anything, you have to fix your eye base model. Increase the scale or move it to move this area. Like this, have to fix eye, because no matter what, it should look round from all angles. Placement, you can add those, and you can see in this eye I don't have that tear, so I'll add that separately. First and then my eye, I'll just combine them. History, pivot point I'm going to fix now. I name it properly. Control D, A -1. I got the left eye. So this is my left eye. So I'll name it L_I. This is my right eye. Right_I. Save your file. The moment you add your eye, character start become looks like it's alive. So make sure add a eye. I'm just a smoothing group. I'm fixing the smoothing group. I just fix that. Then you have your head, your eyeball, and everything. But right now, my this head doesn't have any UV, and so I'll just simply now you can see my base model is ready. In my mountain is also ready. Plus, if I check. So my inside mouth area, that's also ready. It's done. Then I'll just simply unhide my high poly. I can see there's no denture. So denture I can create very easily, or I can just use in ZBrush. By default, there is a denture. Eyes, teeth, gum, tongue is already there. You can just use that directly and modify it based according to your character structure. And make sure denture is round. It's curved. It's circular in shape. It's curved. It's not flat or it's not rectangular. That shape you can make it, you can stretch it a little bit, you can widen it up, you can make it thick, thin, all those things, but don't change it a lot. So I just hide the high poly, low poly. Okay. This thing, UV. So UV, for this UV I can do it in okay, for this UV what I'll do, I'm selecting the entire model, this part I have created. So just save this, I'll export this to max. Like Maya, I can do it way faster, but UV, well, the basic thing I'll show you in Max only, because that's what you are used to of. I'll show that for Max OBJ exported, or there's a small plugin is also there. You can just simply directly send it to Max. It's not installed yet. I'll switch to my Max. And eyes are very important for any character. If your eyes shape and detailing is not correct, your characters will start looking dead. So make sure pay some attention there and create those detail nicely. So it's taking way too much time. Or one more thing I can do, I have exported that thing into this thing. What do you call it? OBJ. So one more thing I can do, I can simply export this head, export selection. That is something usually I prefer. Head desktop to fasten your unwrapping process, speed up your entire unwrap process, and it will give you the decent result. I use Zbrush for unwrapping for complex geometry, especially. I screen. So let's import my model. Desktop. Head. Got everything. T. So you can see same low poly model. You can see everything now here. You can use like gray matte cap, okay, plan. So you can see it looks exactly the our high poly. So to unwrap this, what I'll do is I'll use UV master. It's already available in Z plugs. You can see UV master, and this will like unwrap this thing really nicely, and it becomes very easy to create this. So before that, I guess I showed this technique already once. I'll show this one more time. I'll create all the horns, select them, Control W, Shift F, check, separate poly group altogether. All these small things I can fix later. Control W. 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 Control W, separate poly group. W. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 poly groups. And this base head will be the same no matter what, one single poly group. Now you have this model, go to Z plug, the UV master, Make sure symmetry is on, otherwise this it will unwrap everything in asymmetry. So symmetry is on, and then there's option of polygroups. Click on that, so it will based on the polygroups it will unwrap everything. Then there's an option called enable control painting. Click on that. Then you have attract, protect and erase options. The protect is basically what are the area you don't want any seam, which are the area you don't want any seam. So you can just paint red. Well, like front side face, you don't want any seam. If neck there's a seam, that's totally fine. That is something you can manage very easily, and we have a cloth piece going there. I don't want any seam here. Or maybe if I want, I can select like few areas here also. That's something I don't want. Done. Then once I selected this, I'm okay with this. I can click now. I can just simply attract. I can paint blue. Blue is for where I want seam. Then Z plug, unwrap. Unwrapping is done in just few clicks. There's an option. You have where is my flatten? Oh, sorry. Click on flatten. See, the face unwrap is nice, clean, nicely done. All horns are open separately. There are few extra pieces here and there. That is something I can fix it in Max very easily. But my front, you can see my face is nicely unwrapped. I don't have to touch it again. I just have to weld few parts here and there and correct it. Rest everything is fine. And you can see it's perfectly symmetrical. So I'm happy with this. Unflatten. Export this model. Head, back, and open your Max, Maya, any software you want. Import, desktop, head. Preset you can select Zbrush. Either you can import it in a single group, or you can import it. But this is something what happens when you have multiple polygroups. It split the entire model. So either you can import it as single mesh like this, but it will combine everything, or you can just simply select the entire model, control W, only one polygroup now, export it back, and re-import it. Now you can see only one group. Import, skip, close. Your head model, and if you want to check, make sure you cover the polygons and apply UV. And you can see you have all the seams in the right places. This layout is not correct. This is just randomly they have created. It's algorithm based. So this is something you have to do it manually. But your basic unwrapping is correct, and it's nicely done, and everything is, you can see everything is clean. There's some issue in the mouth, because mouth in part I have to I should have separated that. So mouth in have to cut separately and keep it separate, and then relax it once again. So those things will fix. I'll fix those things quickly. And align everything, and if I want I can just select everything and align.
Sir,
Yes,
sir, yesterday I asked some doubts
yes.
model. When you will teach? When
Which
you?
one, which one, tell me. I
Sir, I
forgot.
just asked high poly.
Hi Polly, what was the question?
Sir, that ring kind of thing is there, no, sir?
Ha.
In that cloth. near to the cloth.
Near to the cloth, the waist, right?
Yeah, that ring kind of one thing is there.
Like a
Hmm.
belt.
Yeah, like a
Big.
belt, something is big.
Yeah, big. So that is something we yesterday we sculpted that, right?
No, sir. I have just doubt. In
What
maths,
doubt? Tell me.
uh,
Tell
the
me.
ring is no, sir. It
Hmm.
has how to say? It's it has some deformation. Like somewhere it's very big, somewhere it's thick. How to make that in sir?
Um,
Can you show me the reference? Sir?
I did just give me a second. Open the file, then I'll show you. Those are like old files. Where are they? Let me see.
Yeah,
This one, right?
yeah, this one, sir. Can you show me in maths that how to give the details? Like somewhere it's very thick, somewhere it's very thin. Yeah.
This one. Somewhere it's very thick and somewhere it's very thin.
No, sir. In
And
reference, it's like that. So
just give me a second. I'll check the reference. Reference. Okay.
yeah, it's
This
very
thick.
big.
This is thick and thin.
Yeah, yes, sir. And then this one, the down, it's very big.
This one, na. This one wide, and this is narrow.
And then how to create that in maths? How that get? Is there any option? I just taken a
It's there like suppose you have a tube. Okay, I understand. So you were saying this part is wide, this part is narrow, right?
yeah, yes, sir.
That's what you are saying.
Yeah.
If I want, I can simply delete this one. Tap it. Done. Okay, nice. It's just like I can do it like in a numerous way. Like you can just scale it down. Top, it's from top view. I guess yes. Top view.
Sir, no, sir. I'm asking, is there any option like that? Separate option for that?
Separate option. For separate option, what you can do, you can use a boolean. Then that will be easiest way to do it. Like if you want to create without doing it manually, if you want to create this thing like wide and narrow, like we have like a taper and all those deformations, but those thing I don't think it will work like this. So it can just, this is like you can create it really low poly and move it slightly, become wide and narrow very easily.
Sir, how you did? Can you show me again?
I just showed now.
No, sir. I can't. I didn't see it properly.
Undo. I selected the center, all the entire loop
Okay,
polygons.
sir.
Polygons. I
Okay, sir.
reduce the scale and moved it up. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Done. In just like
Fine.
few clicks.
Okay.
So this is the like I don't know, like this is the basic shape. You can do it very easily. Like whenever you're modeling, one thing keep in your mind, like start with really low poly. Really low poly, it becomes very easy and you can create shapes very easily. Then gradually add polygons. If you start with high poly, it will become very difficult. So low poly is very important. Start with really low poly. Try to
Okay,
keep
sir.
everything low poly. So like this, you can just create this thing very easily,
Okay,
and
sir.
those extrude these two, create that shape, and then
Yeah.
like right, and bevel this corner, bevel this corner. You can do the chamfer as each chamfer or bevel. You can create this. Yeah. So like unwrap, like we'll continue with the unwrap later. So like we can just create the unwrap base like that, and then you can just go ahead and unwrap, fix everything in Max properly, and lay out everything nicely, and then we can bake. We can move to baking, because baking is another very crucial part of modeling and texturing. Because if you're that's the entire purpose of transferring all the maps from high poly to low poly. So I'll be showing all those things, so please pay attention, and because I don't think you have done baking till now. I don't know, maybe, may not be. So baking I'll be showing. So pay attention how to bake everything all detail, and how to transfer all the maps. And you can bake placement map as well, other maps as well. So and use it in Arnold or any other software and render it really nicely. So we'll be doing those things. And before that, we'll unwrap everything properly. Okay. Okay. I'll see you guys. Catch you guys tomorrow. My class is going to start another class. Yeah. And practice and submit, because I'm really disappointed by whatever you guys you submit. You're not submitting basically. What to do? Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, attendance. Wait, 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 wait. Don't go. 1 minute left. Yes, she's not here. Akshay is here. Anirudh is also here. Anshul is also here. Ashwin is also here. Nitin. Nitin. You can see Dilip here. Groovit is also here. Haji Rakesh. Okay, Nitin Kishore here. Shiva here. Rajvi is also here. Ulman is also here. Sonam. What happened to Sonam? She is not joining anymore. This is sure. And submit. Work hard. Okay, bye bye, guys.